When your first salary of 10,000 rupees lands in an empty account, it feels like a massive influx of possibilities. For a few hours, the math of the month ahead doesn't seem to matter. Within the first week, 2,000 goes to new shoes, and another 1,500 vanishes into food deliveries. By week 2, a few hangouts with friends and some random shopping sessions drain another 3,500. You reach the end of the month, open your banking app, and find a balance of 0. Despite the 10,000 rupees that entered the system, every single rupee has exited. This cycle happens because an unmonitored account provides a false sense of security. Without a boundary on spending, the natural tendency is to keep draining the balance until there is nothing left to withdraw. The danger of this zero balance habit becomes clear when your bike breaks down. The repair costs 2,500 rupees, but your account only holds 300. To fix the bike, you have to borrow money from a friend. That night, you realize that although you are earning a salary, you have no actual control over your financial situation. Financial stability is determined less by the size of the paycheck and more by the presence of a plan. Without a dedicated cushion for emergencies, even a minor repair becomes a debt. Ravi's colleague, Arjun, earns the exact same 10,000 rupees, but Arjun never has to borrow money, and he doesn't seem stressed when bills arrive. Arjun points out a specific flaw in Ravi's logic. Ravi spends his money first and tries to save whatever is left over at the end of the month. If you wait to save what is left over after your spending, you will quickly find that nothing will be left. If saving is the last priority in your sequence, human behavior ensures the money will be spent on something else before it ever reaches your savings account. Arjun's method relies on a specific percentage-based split: 50, 25, 20, and 5. This chart shows how that 10,000 is divided the moment it arrives. 5,000, half of the income, is capped for basic needs. 2,500 is set aside for wants, like dining out or shopping. The remaining money fills 2 protective reservoirs: 2,000 rupees for long-term savings and 500 for a dedicated emergency fund. The strategy works by changing the sequence. The system fills the savings and emergency reservoirs first. These are locked away before any money is allowed to flow toward lifestyle spending. By taking your savings out at the source, you remove the possibility of spending that money on an impulse. You are left with a clear, set amount that you are actually allowed to spend. After 3 months of following this split, Ravi faces another unexpected cost: a 3,000 rupee medical bill. In this diagram, you can see how the built-up emergency reservoir absorbs the impact of the bill. The money is there, ready to be used, so the rest of his monthly budget remains completely untouched. This time, there is no need to borrow from friends. The bill is paid instantly from the funds he had already set aside for exactly this type of situation. Pre-allocating funds for emergencies changes the nature of a crisis. What used to be an event that threatened to collapse his entire month has been reduced to a bill he was already prepared to pay. This shift changes Ravi's vocabulary. Instead of telling himself he can't afford something, he looks at his allocations and simply notes that an item is not in the budget. He now lives a very different life than his friend Samir, who still earns the same 10,000 rupees. Samir continues to spend without a sequence. He is often out of money by the 3rd week of the month and relies on small loans to make it to his next paycheck. Ravi has the same income, but he has accumulated thousands in savings and has the cash on hand to handle car repairs or medical bills without stress. Money leaves an account when it isn't assigned a destination. By deciding where every rupee goes before you spend it, you stay in control of your balance, regardless of the emergencies that come your way.